Have you ever wondered why your heart beats faster for the one person who makes you feel like you're walking on eggshells? Why does the nice guy feel boring, while the one who leaves you on read for hours feels like a challenge you just have to win? Welcome back to PureHer, where we dive deep into the parts of your soul you've been taught to ignore. Today, we are uncovering the painful truth. Why do we keep chasing toxic relationships? Close your eyes for a second. Think about that rush you feel when he finally texts back after a day of silence. That isn't love. That's a spike in cortisol followed by a hit of dopamine. It's an addiction. We often stay in these cycles not because we are weak, but because we are trying to heal a wound we don't even realize is open. For many of us, toxic feels like home. If you grew up in a household where love was conditional, where you had to earn affection, or where emotions were a roller coaster, your brain learned to associate instability with intimacy. In your daily life, this looks like choosing the partner who is emotionally unavailable. When he pulls away, your subconscious says, "I know this feeling. If I can just make him stay, I will finally prove that I am worthy of love." You aren't chasing him. You're chasing a do-over of your childhood. You're trying to win a game you lost years ago. But here's the secret. You cannot heal in the same environment that made you sick. Let's talk about the fixer complex. Do you find yourself saying, "He's had a hard life. He just needs someone to show him real love"? This is a classic trap. You become a rehabilitation center for broken men, hoping that once he's fixed, he will reward you with the devotion you deserve. But you are a partner, not a therapist. When you spend your energy trying to fix someone else's toxic traits, you are actually avoiding the work of looking at your own life. This leads us to something called trauma bonding. It's the biological glue that keeps you stuck. Think about the cycle. The blowout argument, the tears, the cold shoulder, and then the honeymoon phase. He brings flowers. He says he'll change. The makeup sex is intense. This intermittent reinforcement is the same mechanism that keeps people addicted to slot machines. You keep pulling the lever, hoping for the jackpot, even though you're losing everything you own. Daily life becomes a series of excuses. You tell your friends he's just stressed at work, or he didn't mean what he said. You start shrinking yourself to fit into the small spaces he leaves for you. You stop wearing the clothes he dislikes. You stop seeing the friends he's jealous of, and slowly, the woman you used to be disappears. You aren't in a relationship anymore. You're in a hostage situation where you've fallen in love with your captor's potential. Why does healthy love feel so uncomfortable? If you've spent your life in high-conflict environments, peace feels like the boredom before a storm. When you meet a man who is consistent, who calls when he says he will, and who communicates his feelings clearly, you might find yourself thinking, "There's no spark." But we need to redefine what a spark is. Often, that spark is just your nervous system screaming danger. We confuse anxiety for chemistry. We confuse obsession for passion. In a toxic dynamic, the highs are so high because the lows are devastatingly low. In a healthy relationship, the graph is much more stable. To someone addicted to the chaos, stability feels like a flat line. You've been programmed to believe that if it doesn't hurt, it doesn't count. Think about your daily routine. Are you spending 80% of your mental energy analyzing his tone of voice, his social media likes, or why he seemed off this morning? That is mental real estate you're giving away for free. A toxic relationship demands that you be a detective, a nurse, and a martyr all at once. But a queen, the woman you are meant to be, doesn't have time to investigate someone who should be her peace. You are chasing the toxic because it's a distraction from the terrifying task of being alone with yourself and realizing you are enough without the drama. Breaking this cycle requires a radical act of self-love. It starts with the realization that you cannot love someone into treating you well. No amount of patience, beauty, or loyalty will turn a toxic person into a healthy partner. You have to stop looking at his potential and start looking at his patterns. Patterns don't lie. If he makes you feel small, if he gaslights your reality, if he makes you compete for his attention, that is who he is. It's time to raise the price of admission to your life. To walk away from the toxic, you have to be willing to sit with the loneliness. It will be uncomfortable. Your brain will crave the dopamine hit of his "I miss you" text. But you must stay strong. You are clearing the space for a love that doesn't require you to lose yourself. Imagine a life where you wake up without a knot in your stomach. Imagine a partner who is your teammate, not your opponent. That life is waiting for you, but you have to stop holding on to the trash of the past to make room for the gold of your future. You are worthy of a love that is safe, consistent, and kind. If this message resonated with your heart today, remember that you are not alone on this journey. Here at PureHer, we are building a community of women who choose themselves first. Please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button to help this message reach another woman who needs to hear it, and comment "I choose me" below to claim your power. Until next time, stay radiant, stay strong, and keep honoring the woman you are becoming.